Yo, in this video, I'm going to show you how to beat the boss Rellana, Twin Moon Knight in Elden Ring. Rellana is a really tough boss, but with the right approach and loadout, you can take her down easily. In fact, look at how easy we can deal with her. I'll show you her weaknesses, the best weapons, armor, and talismans to use, how to dodge her attacks, and how to deal the most damage. So if you're struggling with Rellana, or you just want to learn how to beat her fast, then stick around and I'll show you how it's done. Let's get to it. As you can see, I defeated her with a level 4 Scatter Tree Blessing. That means I deal way less damage and I take a lot more. If you're struggling, I highly recommend exploring and leveling up your Scatter Tree Blessings before facing Rellana. Let's talk about the loadout that I'm using for this boss fight. For the weapon, I am using Guts' Heavy Greatsword plus 25. This will let you stagger her quickly and push her into second phase consistently. For the shield, the Banished Knight's Heavy Shield, very essential for tanking her physical and elemental attacks in the second phase. But do not worry, the shield is gonna be mainly in your bag until the second phase. For the armor, you can use the Veteran's Armor set, high poise and great for tanking damage. Just go for the best stats you can without fat rolling. For the Wondrous Physique, use the Stone Barb Cracked tier, which helps break her stance more easily, and the Opaline Hard tier, which increases all damage negation types by 15%. For the Talismans, the Dragon Crest Shield for extra physical damage reduction. The Crimson Seed ensures you don't run out of flasks, very important with how we are going to approach the fight. The Two-Headed Turtle Talisman regenerates stamina, very important for dodging, blocking, and attacking. Especially, and I mean especially in phase 2. Finally, the Great Jar's Arsenal. If you can medium roll with all this gear, switch to the Great Shield Talisman instead. Now let's talk about her attack patterns. In the first phase, the boss is calm and easy to handle and has a dance vibe to it. It is best described as a hit and dodge style. It will be like trading blows with Geneshiro if you've ever played Sekiro. It is very simple. You'll get the hang of it. Just hit, dodge, hit, dodge, hit, dodge. It's like a dance sort of style. Sword slashes, these come in succession. Just remember to dodge the two-handed slashes and you'll be fine. She will summon 3 swords in the first phase and 7 in the second. Just rotate around to avoid them or follow with a dodge if she's rushing you. The massive Carrion Sword slash. She'll slam a massive sword and follow with a swirl slash. Dodge the impact to the right or left and dodge toward her for the swirl for an easy punish. It is ideal to be medium range, that way it's consistent to avoid, and if you get hit by both, you're dead. The Triple Moon, she ascends and sends 3 moons at the floor. Just move away from her when you see her go up and jump as the moons hit the floor to avoid taking damage 3 times. It's very easy. This is the tricky part that I feel like a lot of people will struggle with. In the second phase, the boss becomes more dangerous and most of the moves become more difficult to dodge. The dodge frames become shorter and the AoE of skills become larger. When she transitions into phase 2, she will use one of the 2 combos. A fire set combo, she swirls fire around her and follows with a floor attack. Try to move away if you see it coming, it is very annoying. If you have the shield, you can block most of it. The magic combo. If you're far, she will spam deadly magic slashes at you, but if you're up close, they will miss completely. So stay up close and keep attacking until the combo is done. This is the freest damage you'll get, and ideally when she's using this magic combo, just go for a stagger. Just commit to it no matter what happens until you get a stagger. Now here's the fun part, our fight approach. In the first phase, dual wield the heavy sword and have the shield on your back. You're not gonna use the shield in the first phase. The main reason is that she's calmer, so take advantage and go for consecutive hits to stagger her. Use a hit and dodge pattern. Be aggressive to pursue staggers. It is okay to trade hits if you're close to a stagger. A stagger is usually 5 to 6 hits depending on the pace of your hits. Just try to keep track of your hits so far. You should stagger her once at least during phase 1 and ideally a second time, but it is okay if it happens while she's transitioning to second phase. In the second phase, after she's staggered, switch to the shield and one-handing the sword immediately. Heal up and prepare, it's about to get real. This phase is about managing your stamina. You want to keep an eye on your stamina. You want to block at all times while rotating around the boss. Dodge if your stamina is low or you see one of the two-handed attacks. The two-handed attacks consume a lot of your stamina, so ideally you want to dodge them. After the dodge, immediately go back to blocking. So you do not want to rely on blocking only. If you just keep blocking, she will break your stance. Since this is very important, I'll repeat it again. Block at all times, but still dodge the massive attacks and go back to blocking immediately. If you do it correctly, you will notice how easy it is to survive for an indefinite amount of time. Now, once you know how to survive, pretty much becomes easier to recognize when you can attack. After she's done with a set of attacks, you will get a small opening, strike once, and go back to defense. That is the strat. You block as you move and dodge while waiting for an opening. Do not be greedy. The attacks she deals are very deadly. Here are a few extra tips that might help you in the fight. Remember to stay in the middle of the arena to avoid camera issues and end scene attacks. Most of the time, I noticed if I pursue her to the edge, she starts to do weird stuff. So if she goes to the side, leave her be and just go to the center till she's back. The second tip is very underrated. Rotate around the boss to mess with her AI. Do not just stand still in one spot. Ideally, you want to rotate around her so you make her miss more often. The third tip is to punish her massive carry and sword and magic combo. If you're up close to her, you'll immediately recognize both of these attacks and you can easily fall back for the massive carry and sword, and you can just keep hacking at her for the second magic combo. The final tip I have for you, if you're hard stuck, level up your scatter tree. Just do it. It's insane. The difference between unleveled scatter tree and leveled is actually insane. Or if you're still struggling after that, use a summon. There's nothing wrong with that. She'll become very easy with summons. And there you have it. Follow this guide and you should be able to take down Rellana, Twin Moon Knight with ease. If you found this guide helpful, do not forget to like. Good luck and I'll see you next time.